I posted an eyebrow tutorial on my Instagram, and a lot of my clients, okay, not a lot, but like some of you guys came to the DM to drag me to say it wasn't detailed enough. So that's what inspired this video, and I hope that you pay attention, because even the most Olodo Rabata, the most, if you're not Nigerian, if you're not Yoruba, so this is eyebrow tutorial for dummies, from a professional moa to a makeup novice. So if you pay attention, I guarantee that you would learn something today. So come in, let's zoom in now. Zoom in, keep coming. So first thing you want to do, you want to carve your eyebrows. You're going to carve your eyebrows. I'm filming from my house, so if you hear noise outside, just, my sister, take it as you see it. I'm going to be brushing my eyebrows upwards, and from that makeup tutorial, I said you wanted to start in with your edge control. I'll be using this edge control. This is just the regular one I use, you know, on my hair. And then I'll be brushing, like, yeah, you can see it, like I'll be brushing in the opposite direction. I really want to coat the eyebrow with that, you know, product, and then when I've like really penetrated, I'll start brushing upwards. My hair's getting in the way, but yeah, you don't want to go too much, just enough to keep the eyebrows in place. And if you put too much, it's still not a problem, because I have a solution for that as well. I think this is fine. And now we're gonna go in with a setting powder to like mattify the eyebrows and then get rid of all of that excess edge control that we just apply. Sometimes I like to even like press it down. It helps to get rid, especially if I'm doing this on like my bare skin. That's before, if I'm doing this before foundation, you know, I can just go in and press it down. I mean, yeah, just make sure it's flat across my skin, and it also helps to like take away the excess shine and excess edge control. So next thing, you want to go in with a setting powder of choice. Any setting powder will do. I'm going to take a little bit. I'm just going to take just a little. I'm going to tap the excess of the back of my palm, and I'm going to tap, you know, you see what I did? I'm just going to tap the rest, just to mattify that area. We don't want oily looking brows. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a Davis pencil. I like to use 003 sometimes, I don't know why. And you want to make sure it's sharp. Well, this is not sharp, so I'm going to sharpen it. So this is the result we're looking for. Now, this is the crucial part. I feel like this is where I got dragged a lot. And I like to tell my clients that you don't really need to have a professional, like those, like, you either want to follow the shape of your eyebrows, or you want to give them a shape that is flattering to your face, or something that you're comfortable with. So basically, I just tell people, draw what you're comfortable with. Most importantly, be light-handed. I think that's for my own rule, that's my rule. Be light-handed, but draw what you're comfortable with. My brows have been carved like some months back. I'm just going to follow the natural shape of my eyebrows, and I'm just going to, yeah, I like to start towards the tail of the brows first. And I really don't like my eyebrows to like plunge down. I like it to just flow and just, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. Now I'm just going to slightly fill in my eyebrows, fill it in, and I'm going to sharpen. I just feel like I need to fill this area in a little bit. That's what I'm doing. And then I have this scar here. I'm going to fill that into. I like an ombre brow, so I don't really like to like bring a lot of products towards the head. That's towards the start of the brows. And then I'm just going to do the top part. You can see basically I'm not following any, I'm just really following the shape of my brow and just working with what I think looks good. on my face. This is what we have so far, you know. Just I feel like this shape is flattering to my face shape, and this is what I like to do most of the time. So we're going to move on to the next step now. You can see how easy that was. I focused mostly on just filling in my eyebrows and just defining, giving it a shape that is comfortable for me. You can already see the difference between this eyebrow and this eyebrow. It's like Ushodi and Lekki Face one. You're going to go in with your concealer of choice. I like to use a concealer that is one shade lighter than me, not too bright. I don't really like my concealers too bright, and the major part for me is just to place that concealer under the tip of my eyebrows. Just one dot is fine, 1 or 2 dots, and then I'm going to go in with my angle brush and I'm just going to define my brow bone area. This is the most important part of my definition as far as I'm concerned. I like to work on this part of the eyebrows. You don't really need a lot of products. Where a lot of people make mistakes is they take a lot of concealer. When you take a lot of concealer, it just means you would spend a longer time blending. So you want to go in with like really light, I'm honestly fine with this. I don't mind my blemishes picking through my products. I'm really fine with this. But if you're not fine with this, you can go in with as much concealer as you like, but it just means you would have a harder time and a longer time blending. But with this, like, I'm just done. See how easy that was? Simple as A, B, C. Next step is to go in with your foundation, your actual shade or a shade darker. I like to go in with a shade darker. Please don't ask me why. Even on my face, I like to go in with a shade darker. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh 24 Hours Fresh Wear Foundation. And you can see the disparity in color here, just to give you like a context to what I was talking about. And I'm going to use this to define the top part of my brows and the beginning part of the eyebrows. In fact, for some people this is already fine, this is good, but because some of us are extra, I'm just going to do a little bit, just a little bit. I'm very light-handed. I'm not even doing anything, and you can see that I didn't really start all the way from here. I'm just, you know, because I want the eyebrows to still look very natural. I'm going to take a little bit of that foundation too, and I'm going to go towards the very end. And this is fine. And I'm going to take a little bit of that foundation still. This foundation is very lightweight and has very, you know, light coverage. Just going to define these eyebrows. I'm not starting from the beginning. I'm starting towards, like, you know, and I'm just, you can see what I'm doing there. And I'm just going to, this is like the final step of framing the eyebrows to your taste, so to speak. It's very easy, very straightforward. Easy as ABC. So I kind of feel like the brows are a bit long. Like for some people this is fine, but I feel like it's a bit too long. I want to cut it, and I just go like this. It's too long and it's too low, so I'm just gonna cut out that edge. You see what I did there? I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah. very happy with this result. I'm very happy with the shape of this brows, and because I use very minimal product, you can see that I do not need to blend. I don't really need to blend too much. I'm just going to diffuse. If I were to wear this on a no makeup day, this would still look very natural. So I'm just gonna blend. Now the next step is very optional. Original video I posted on Instagram, I used an eyeshadow, a lighter eyeshadow, which is fine. But in this video, I'm going to be using a brow tint. This is not my favorite brow tint, but somehow it's in my personal makeup bag and we're going to be using it today. So you want to use something that is lighter than your actual brow color. When we zoom in now, you would see the disparity in shades. You can tell that this is lighter than my eyebrows. Now I'm going to focus this color just on the outer part of the eyebrow, just around, I call it the head. I'm just putting a little bit here, just a little bit in front, and that is fine. You don't really need too much. And I'm going to go in here with my spoolie, and then I'm just going to brush that product through the eyebrows. Now I'm using the tip of my spoolie, not the sides, just so I don't, you know, mess up my eyebrows. And that is it. As simple as what? ABC. Now you can see the effect that had on the brows. It's not completely necessary. Sometimes I go in with my brow pencil to fill in any areas that I feel is sparse, like this area. Now I just fill it in a little bit because I don't want my skin peeking through. And then maybe around this area, this is a bit light. I'm just, yeah. And really just gonna brush in, and that's it. Some days when I'm feeling a little bit extra, we go in with a little bit of that edge control that we used earlier on. Just make sure it's just a little bit. I just focus on just the head of the brows and I brush upwards, just for insurance, to make sure that the eyebrows will stay in place all day. Remember, you want to use an edge control that doesn't have, like, that isn't oily, you know. And that is it, you guys. We're done. C'est fini. And that's it.